Meanwhile, Republicans made major gains, giving the Speaker the tightest majority since World War II. Two of those Republican members-elect, Maria Elvira Salazar from Florida and Stephanie Bice from Oklahoma, join us now, along with House Minority Leader Congressman Kevin McCarthy. I want to thank all three of you for joining me today. And Maria, Congresswoman-elect Salazar, I'll start with you. And just what it feels like, congratulations on your success, what it feels like to be heading into Congress, and what issues are at the forefront of your mind as you head in?
Well, I am delighted to be able to represent my people in Miami, and socialism was what made it. We know what ideology brings: misery, oppression, and exile. And my people responded. My opponent declared herself a pragmatic socialist. We really do not know what that means, but we know that anything that carries the word socialism is bad for our children. And that's why I'm very grateful that my viewers turned into voters, responded, and gave me the victory.
I think you make some great points about socialism there. Congresswoman-elect Bice, I want to go to you. Congratulations on your success. This has been a really big year for Republican women, particularly in the House, in terms of success. What do you attribute that to?
You know, I think the 2018 election cycle, there were so many Democratic women elected that it was a wake-up call for conservative Republican women to really step up and put themselves out there. And you saw a record number of women filing for these seats across the country. 95 of them made it through the primary. And we have an incredible class so far of 17 Republican conservative women that are going to be a part of the next incoming class.
Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, obviously a big year, despite what Nancy Pelosi said there in that intro clip that you saw. This has been a pretty big year for Republicans in the House. I want to get your take overall on the GOP gains, but also specifically on Young Kim's victory in California, which is a pretty big and bold fact that we've learned.
Yeah, Young Kim's race just got called last night. An immigrant from Korea. She's an amazing woman, but also Michelle Steele just got right down the road, also won. We won from Miami to Oklahoma City to New York to California. Not one Republican incumbent lost. So I don't know what Nancy Pelosi was talking about, because 12 Democrat incumbents lost. And you know the unique thing of who they lost to? Every single Democrat either lost to a Republican woman, minority, or veteran. This is the year of the Republican women, because more than 50% of this incoming freshman class is made up of women or minority. We are stronger because of our diversity. It's just as Stephanie talked about in Maria, what really inspired them of what they saw what the Democrats were not doing in Congress. And we have conservative women. We expanded our party beyond what people thought. We're going to have more women in the Republican Congress in the history of Congress before. And it's just only the beginning. We're just getting started.
You know, Minority Leader, we've seen a lot of controversy pop up about Nancy Pelosi scrapping that in-person dinner with new Democrat members after that photo emerged on social media, and people called a lot of hypocrisy. What's going on with the GOP dinner? What decisions have you made?
Well, we're meeting on that today, but what we did beforehand, we had the medical doctor come in. We put a new vent system in there. It's a one-time dinner in Statuary Hall. We changed the spacing in there so it's only 4 people per table. We've taken all the precautions following the CDC and others of what you can, of how you can meet together, and that's what we're trying to do. Secure the safety of every individual. They have the orientation moving through. The difficult part here, what the Democrats have been doing for so long is, remember what they did in Congress. Now, members of Congress don't have to come to work to get paid. They do it by proxy. You know, I think it's essential that Congress actually works, just as we did through World War II, just as we did through every other crisis America had. Government should be working. And that's the real challenge here, that Nancy Pelosi has been holding up any COVID relief bill. We need that assistance. We've got money sitting out there for small business, for states and others. And that's why Republicans have put forth many ideas and want to make sure we pass a COVID relief bill.
Congresswoman-elect Salazar, on that note, because a lot of, COVID relief is needed for these industries that have suffered as a result of these lockdowns, but do you feel that you'll be able to help reach across the aisle and convince Democrats to get it done? It's been really challenging, sadly so, to accomplish this, but, the American people are waiting and they really need this relief ASAP.
Oh, absolutely. And I am very willing to go across the aisle and shake hands and get to meet my colleagues on the Democratic side. And one of the things back at home before I became elected was to promise my constituents that I was going to create an employment center within my congressional office, because I always knew that if you did not get sick, physically speaking, with the COVID, I didn't want you to get sick economically speaking, depressed, drugs. So that's why I'm not only fighting socialism. And, you know, as I told you, I am the daughter of political refugees that lived the socialist dream, and it's really a nightmare. So let's get to work. Let's find jobs for people. Let's continue living the American dream, and that goes through capitalism.
Congresswoman-elect Bice, we'll end with you. In addition to a COVID relief package, what would be the top 2 issues that you would have going in that you would want to hope to accomplish for the American people?
Well, certainly another relief package is first and foremost. The economy and jobs are the most important thing in my state. We're being hit on 2 fronts right now, not only with the COVID pandemic, but also with the downturn in the oil and gas industry in Oklahoma. And so I need to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to continue to move our economy in Oklahoma forward, and that's exactly what I intend to do as the new member of Congress for the 5th District.
Well, I want to wish you both congratulations on your success. Minority Leader, thanks for joining us. Well, certainly has been something to behold, these House gains, and it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.